Well, if you were listening to my show yesterday, it was truly one of the craziest broadcasts I have ever had. And I'm going to just go through it in case you did not have a chance to tune in. Right before I went on the air, a Seattle Times reporter called me and said, did you know that a trailer has been abandoned in front of Seattle City Councilmember Lisa Herbold's house? And I said, no idea. Because on Monday on my show, a community activist named Dori Hoffman, he said that he wanted to put trailers, RVs, in front of two specific council members' houses, Deborah Juarez and Bruce Herbold, because of all the RVs with drugs in front of the Jewish cemetery and his business. So we had just talked about this on my show. At a meeting yesterday morning, we agreed that we would not, my show, participate in putting anything in front of council members' homes. I did not want to take the battle to anybody's home. So I thought it was unbelievably ironic when I heard that a trailer had been towed in front of the home, and we sent a reporter up there, and the story gets even crazier from there. I want to welcome in the studio with me Robert Fredrickson and Brier Williams. And Robert, you are Brier's godfather, but I know that there's a Native American connection where she calls you dad and all that.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
okay. And Brier, thank you for coming in. I appreciate it.
Hello.
Is that your little baby over there across the studio?
Yes.
Who's that?
Her name's Nadia Rose.
Nadia Rose.
Yeah.
Okay. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful baby that you have there.
Thank you.
Okay. Where do we even start with this craziness? Okay. So how did it turns out this was not an abandoned trailer. This was a trailer that you two had bought just the day before. Is that right, Robert?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Brier, tell me about that.
I was looking on Facebook Marketplace for basically a camper or like a cheap apartment or something that we can move into with me and my boyfriend and my daughter. And I found this free camper online, and I decided, let's go check it out. And we weren't going to intend to possibly live in it.
Yeah.
We just wanted to bring it, park it, clean it out, and we didn't want to we didn't want to bother anyone, and I felt like it was like a coincidence that we bothered everybody.
No, look, you didn't do anything, but this was so you're telling me. So, Robert, were you the one who towed it to where it ended up?
Yeah, I had towed it. The irony is that we had been talking about, I'd been looking at properties maybe over in Kitsap County. We had talked, I think maybe this is where the idea started. I talked about getting a property maybe over in Kitsap County,
okay,
put a trailer on it, build a house. And I wasn't thinking, let's go get a trailer right now.
Okay.
But she just immediately, Dad, you got to go look at this. That somebody's giving this away.
Okay.
And it's free, and it's we weren't ready for it.
It was in quite a bit of disrepair, I understand.
Structurally, it's actually sound. It
Okay.
needs to be seriously cleaned.
Just trashed inside.
Yeah.
So Brier, that's got to be challenging for you if you're thinking about a place you want to live in. If this place was as trashed as what I've heard.
Yeah, but it was also our next step out of being homeless.
Yeah.
And technically this camper was intended for my boyfriend, me, and my babies.
Okay.
And the baby that's on the way.
Okay.
And
How far along are you?
I'm only 10 weeks.
Okay.
But
Congratulations.
I feel
again.
every symptom of being pregnant
Okay.
there is.
Okay. So you rented a U-Haul truck to bring it there. And what was the plan? Because the Kitsap County thing must have been somewhere in the distance. Were
Yeah.
you going to rent a truck every 3 days? Because you can't leave something for more than 72 hours. Were you going to rent a truck every 3 days and move it about?
No. We were on the fly, of course, because the Kitsap County was long term.
Yeah.
But on the fly, we were thinking, okay, let's find a campground. Let's find a one of those KOA lots. I don't know what KOA stands for, but
Yeah,
RV
Campgrounds
lots.
of America. They spell it with a K. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, but they have them where you can park one
Oh, okay.
and stay in it. And so let's find one, let's put it there. And the thing that we were never thinking about being involved in the homelessness controversy because there was never any plan for this to be out on the street with the kids living in it.
Yeah, and I don't even know if this was part of the homelessness controversy, although, of course, tangentially it is. But it's more the frustration that people feel with these RVs in front of their businesses, in their homes. But the fact that a guy had just talked on Monday on my show about putting them in front of a city council member's house. So you had no idea that was Lisa Herbold's house?
No idea.
Nope.
No
You're
idea.
Yeah.
serious? There are 300,000 homes in Seattle. There are 9 city council members. That's a 1 in 30,000 chance that you would put it in front of a city council member's home. You're telling me that you beat 30,000 to 1 odds?
We were actually going to park the trailer on the corner by the grocery mart down the street a few blocks, but down the street a few blocks is the bad neighborhood of West Seattle.
Okay.
And me and my boyfriend thought that was a bad idea, so we called Robert in the other car and we said, hey, we should park it somewhere else. But we were also running out of time for the U-Haul to go back to its actual owners of the U-Haul.
But I'm serious, you guys. This is the most insane coincidence I've ever heard in my life.
We totally need to go to Las Vegas.
You do. You do. Okay, so you know what happened, and all we were doing was reporting on what we thought, what the Seattle Times told us was an abandoned trailer, and then people started showing up, and I know that somebody, and I'm pretty confident it was one of my listeners, that they spray painted the trailer. And I want to make sure that's made right with you. So now let me ask something else. Because there was a part of me that was wondering, so you're telling me this was not a setup in any way? There was no group you were working with, no political statement, no stunt?
No.
100% coincidence.
I haven't been online for a while.
I know we tried to find you online, Brier, and we couldn't. So I get that.
I don't use Twitter, or I just use Facebook, so I don't know what's going on in the Twitter world.
Okay. So I heard. Okay, let me back up a little bit. The guy who took the picture of you unloading the trailer, who took that picture and gave it to this blogger?
Michael actually can chime in here because
this
he
is
actually
Brier's
spoke to the guy.
boyfriend. Okay, let me turn on the mic close to you there. Who took the picture of the trailer being unloaded?
As we were pulling into where we were at, because there was a couple spots like they said before that, and when we pulled up to that particular spot, there was a man with long hair and a long beard that stepped out, and he said that he lived in the house that was across the street from where we parked, and he said a couple things, and I asked him if I could come talk to him, and then he went back in his house. But we have no idea who he is. I guess he's a neighbor as well.
Okay, so
I think that's who took the picture because he had a camera or on his phone when he came out.
So that guy then got it to this
Twitter or whatever.
Yeah, he gave it to a guy who's pretty active in social media. Now that guy, and do you know about this guy, this Matt Watson guy?
I had never heard of him.
No.
Because overnight, and this is something you guys need to know about, overnight he was asking people to directly Venmo money to him that he said he was going to give to you for your hardship here.
Matt Watson did message me yesterday, and he did say his name's Matt Watson. He's one of the idiots who jumped to conclusions about the trailer and posted a picture on the internet. He's very much not affiliated with KIRO or any of the right-wing morons who camped out there today. Either way, he played a part in making my life more difficult, and he'd like to try to make that right if he can. That's what he said.
Okay, so he's collecting Venmo money. So I want to make sure you two were aware of that because he says he's going to give that to you. And what's it going to cost to clean off the spray paint?
More paint.
I mean, you own a cleaning business, right, Robert?
Yeah.
Well, who better to give me an estimate than you?
Well, unfortunately, I don't have any chemicals or equipment to take off paint. We usually have the painters.
I went
come in and
online.
repaint.
I found the best graffiti paint remover. It's on Amazon. It was like $10.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Does that sound about right?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. No, because here's the deal. If one of my listeners did this, I don't want him to pay for it because he was just being a goof on what he thought was an abandoned trailer. I certainly don't want you two to be out anything. And, you know, it wouldn't cost more than $100 to clean it off, would it?
I don't think so.
If I give you, out of my personal money clip, the $100 bill that I brought in to clean this off, are we all good?
We're good.
We're good.
Okay? KIRO Radio's not paying for this. Nobody's paying for this. I'm paying for it, even though I had nothing to do with this.
All right.
But only because I don't want you two to be out anything because of this.
You have to save that fan that you have.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I need all the listeners I can get, Brier. Believe me. I can't have them getting in trouble with anybody.
Right.
Okay, so... And look, I only have a 1 underneath it, so it's not like I've got a big wad here. Okay, so but seriously, because as Matt said in his message to you, the fact that my radio show was broadcasting all day yesterday, and one of my listeners went and did it, I wanted to make sure, for your sake, that you guys weren't out anything. And, you know, and then if he's raising money for you, that's totally between you and him, but that's all gravy for you. But last thing I wanted to do was to cause you any grief. If this turned out to be the most stupid, ridiculous coincidence in the history of Seattle radio, which
I didn't even know it was going to be mine either.
you didn't know the trailer was going to be yours?
No, I didn't know actually it was going to be my trailer in front of the council.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's right. So, okay, so we're all square. No, nothing against KIRO. Everyone's good.
Yes. No
Okay.
beef.
Right. I think you got a couple of new fans here today.
Here, Brier, are you gonna share this with Goddad or
Yeah.
father and boyfriend?
Yeah.
Okay, there's a Hunsky.
Thank
Okay,
you.
there. All right. So, yeah, but I'm serious. I didn't want to bring any grief on you. And you own a business, Robert, but you've got some medical issues, and that's why you're battling a little homelessness too.
Yeah, it's every time I get on a roll, I get sick again because stress. I'm diabetic, so when things get really stressful, then I go down for a few weeks. I'm sure some of your listeners have had the same issue.
And Brier, what's the plan for you?
Well, I plan on moving the trailer at some point, hopefully looking for like a better, maybe a truck to move it. I also plan on, surviving every day.
Well,
I can.
I would love for you to more than survive. I mean, for everybody. That's the goal. Self-sufficiency and Mike sitting over there, your boyfriend.
I just had a question.
Yeah.
I noticed, because when all this happened, there was a group of people that approached us and tried to do some violent acts as we were speaking to a couple of the news crews. I didn't know if your crew got that on camera or not.
No, I don't know anything about that.
Must have been a different news crew then.
When we didn't have a camera there. I mean, we had a phone. Phone.
Was that Kai 13 then, or?
Yeah.
No, actually the guy from Como said that he got it on the TV. On the camera.
Oh, Channel 4 was out there too?
Yeah.
Okay. No, don't know anything about that.
Okay.
But
I just didn't know.
yeah, and I just want to go back and parting words, to you, Brier. How old's your baby girl there?
She's 1.5.
1.5, and another one on the way.
Yeah.
And that's challenging when you're with the babies when you're trying to escape homelessness, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's hard trying to go to school and get out of the situation that you're in. But they also did save my life.
The baby saved your life?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah. Okay. Well, look how she's clinging to you. It's clear that you got a loving bond there, and I really mean what I said to you. I have 3 daughters, all in their 20s, and when you say your goal is to survive, I want you to thrive. And, I hope you find that pathway, and you got a loving dad to your left there, and looks like you got a loving boyfriend across from you there.
Thank you.
And that's my hope for everyone. I want everyone to thrive and, make great choices and find a way to where life's just a joy instead of a challenge.
Thank you.
Yeah, I really mean that. So
Thank you.
okay. Hey, folks, I appreciate you coming in. I appreciate your attitude about this. You seem to understand the irony and the exquisite, delicious, just unbelievable odds of you parking it in front of a Seattle City Councilmember's house.
Yeah, that's like I said, we should probably be heading to Las Vegas next.
No, hey, that $100 is for baby food there.
Okay.
I also do like how on the side of our camper it says "Vote Dori," and the person that graffitied it looks really nice. I might have to keep it. That's all I have to say.
Yes. So wait a second. Yes. If you plant that in Kitsap County, I got a lot of fans over there.
Okay.
Yeah, your house will become a tourist destination
I hope.
if you keep the Dori for president on the side.
Will do.
You guys are awesome. You really are. It's great. I'm really glad you came in and do what you will. If you don't clean it up, take the $100 and do whatever you want. And God bless you all. I really mean that. Thank you for coming in, and thanks for having such a great attitude about this. And let's stay in touch. I want to hear how things go for you, okay?
Thank you.
Okay. Brier, thank you.
Thank you.
You got a beautiful baby there. Okay.